how's it going? This is Slap Out Lash Girl Melissa, and we are going to do my base face today. I've got natural light. I'm sitting here at my window, so I think this lighting is like perfect. If it's not, please let me know. I really do love to use natural lighting, and I may have to adjust it, but I think right now it looks pretty good. I have on all of my skincare, so really the very first thing about your base face is your skincare. I use Uology, which is a new skincare line by Younique, and it's absolutely wonderful. I'm enjoying it. My face is loving it. And I've been using it for probably about 2 months now. So I'm into my 2 months. So with Uology, you can create your own skincare based on your needs for your face. It gives you boosters of things you want to maybe work on and minimize. Hey, Susie, how are you, girl? But this right here is just what you're seeing now is just my moisturizer. That's why my face looks so fab and shiny right now because I put my moisturizer on. And I haven't done anything else yet. I've just got my moisturizer on, which is really important. Make sure you use sunscreen. I do use sunscreen. I mix it with my day cream. Oh, you press. Oh, how are you? I'm doing good. I'm actually just sitting here with natural light today. I'm not using my ring light or anything. It's wonderful. Hey, good morning. How are you? Is it Betsy? Hey, Betsy. I think that was what I saw. Okay, so let me talk a little bit about Uology. If you are wanting a new skincare routine, um, and you want to take the little quiz, I will put the quiz down in the description box. And everything else that I'll talk about, I'll put down in the description box. But there are two quizzes that I will put down in the description box today. And one of them is for the skincare. And you can see exactly what products will work for you. You choose what you want to work on about your own face. I have lots of brown spots, which I've been working on here. And I noticed today I've got another little brown spot that's coming up right here in the middle of my forehead. Lucky me. I found that this morning. I was thinking, what is that? And it is actually a brown spot. So a new one. A new one that's coming up overnight. Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? When you're 56 years old, just things start happening, and I'm really not worried about aging. I'm just going to age as gracefully as I can. And that's the plan. But good skincare is also good to do. And you need to have that. So I will put the quiz for the Younique skincare line, which is called Uology, in the description box. And I will also put another quiz that you can do to determine what color foundation you would need. So, oh, thank you, girl. I don't feel like it sometimes. I really get tired a lot. Got a lot going on in my life, but this is what's happy about my life. Younique. I love Younique. I love what I do. I love helping others. I think it's really important as we age to feel as confident and beautiful as we can and to get us through this thing called life. You know what I'm saying? It really is. And if it takes just little products and stuff and maybe just a little touch of mascara, a little touch of eyeshadow, hey, if that's all it is for you, then do that. But I do think a base face is important if you're going to go and have like nice pictures made. And the Flawless 4 right now, this is March of 2019. So every March we have these 4 products go on sale. And they only go on sale one time a year. So this is your time to grab it. You got 2 weeks left in this month to grab these 4 products. And they bundle them together. It's $99. You're saving yourself about 50 bucks. So technically it's like getting 2 of the products free, pretty much. Pretty much, that's the way it is. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to show you exactly what I'm going to use today and what comes in the Flawless 4 for my face. And the colors I'm going to use for my face. But I will put the quiz down there so you can determine what your color would be. And then you can determine what color maybe concealer. If you want to conceal or if you want to highlight. There are 2 different ways of using concealer. So I'm going to show you that today because I do have 2 different colors. And you only get 1 color with the kudos. But you get to choose whether you want to conceal or highlight. So today I'm going to show you both so that way you'll have an idea of how to conceal if you want to conceal and how you highlight if you want to highlight your under eyes here. And under eyes is really, really, really important. Now the first product that comes in this bundle is primer. Now primer is the one thing you need to have in your arsenal of makeup. This is the barrier for everything that goes on your face, okay? This is what all of your makeup sets on. Think about it. And you don't want it to move, and you don't want it to sit down in your fine lines or in your pores. So this helps, put a barrier between you and your makeup and your skin. So this is a wonderful product. It is clear. It looks like silicone kind of when you pour it out because it's very clear. But I'm going to use maybe I don't know, a big pea-sized amount, about like that. That's not a whole lot. And I can do my whole entire face with this. Take it between your fingers. And I always start in my T-zone area. And yes, I've already done my brows and I've already done my eyes for sake of time. And you want to put this underneath and pat it under your eyes. You want to run all down. And you can, if you want to, put some on your neck. I'm not going to do that today. Although I will be putting some foundation there. So, doesn't primer have any tacky feel? No, it doesn't. It does not. Does not. But the one thing you need to remember about any primer that you use on your face, you need to let it set for about 5 minutes before applying your makeup. So right now, if I was at home and I'm getting ready for work, this is what I would do. I'd put my skincare on. I'd put my primer on. And then I will go in the kitchen and make me a cup of coffee, or I will get my lunch ready for my work or something like that. And I can kill 15 minutes doing that kind of thing. And when I come back, this is ready and it's set. And when you go to touch your face, it will not be tacky. It will not be sticky. It will just feel like your skin. So that's why I love this. This is a wonderful product. This alone is like $39 by itself, but it lasts a long time. You don't use a whole lot of it. And I don't put this on my eyes. I always use eye primer. I use the eye primer, so I always put this on my eyes. And then set my eyes with It's by Pores powder. I love that stuff. And then I put my eye makeup on. So, you've never tried it before? Girl, you've never even heard of it till started watching. Oh, I love Younique. Or you talking about primer. You know me, I'm always going to have me some coffee over here. I've got my coffee. I'm ready. I know it's midday. It's like 10 something here. Primer, yeah, you need primer. You need primer. Primer is really key. So let that set for 5 minutes. And then the next product that I'm going to apply is my foundation. Now, this is the Liquid Touch Foundation. This right here is a liquid that sets like a powder. It's a powder matte finish, and it's beautiful, and it looks like your own skin. And they call it Touch for a reason, because it's touchable. It is. When you get done, it's not sticky, tacky, anything. It's wonderful, wonderful foundation. Now, you can make it as full coverage as you want. You can, it's buildable. It's a very buildable product, but I love it. I absolutely love it. But shake it up before you use it, because, you know, it sets and it will separate just a little bit. You need to shake things back up inside the bottle. You need to also empty the dropper like that back into it, and then shake it up really well. It's a beautiful day here. Gosh, it's beautiful. It's blue skies. It's kind of chilly though here today in Alabama. I'm in Alabama. If you're wondering where this accent is from, it's called Alabama Southern accent. So, and sometimes I think I sound really Southern. But I'm going to show you a tip for doing your under eyes, okay? You're going to love that. But I always put on my foundation before I do anything with concealers at all. So I'm going to use, you need to use it. There is one thing about this foundation is you can't apply it with your fingers. It's never going to work that way. This type of foundation needs to be buffed into your skin, which is what we're going to do. Now you can either use a liquid foundation brush. Younique has one. This is it. You can use this. It's kind of angled. It's a synthetic brush. And the other one is also, I believe, a synthetic brush. This is the one I'm going to use today. This is a powder concealer brush. This is also a Younique brush. Love these two. Either one is great. Just depends on your preference. I kind of like this because it's soft. And I just like the way it buffs out. But this one is great too because it has an angle and it gets around your nose and you can still buff it out. And buffing out around here where you might have pores is really important. You really want to accentuate going in circles, especially where you have larger pores. So, hey Cole, what's up, girl? Yes! I happened to pop on here today. I hadn't been on here much. I wasn't on here last weekend. I have so much going on. It's really hard for me to get on here sometimes. So let's go ahead. I've already shaken this up really well. And I'm going to start with just a few drops of this foundation. So I'm going to get some in my container, in my little dropper. And I'm probably going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do 5 drops. 5 little drops. There it is. There it is. You see that? My little 5. And we're going to just pop this across my forehead and on my cheeks, my nose, and just around my face in general. I like to do it that way. And then you can kind of start buffing it in. So one thing to remember, make sure you leave your primer on for 5 minutes. At least. Now, I am working a little faster than the 5 minutes, but that's okay. because I don't want this to be too long for you guys. So blend it in circular motions, and yes, I do forward and backward motions, especially in this area here where I have some pores, because if you swipe across your face, your pores will like open up like Grand Canyon. I'm kidding, I'm not kidding you. It looks like you'll be surprised. Go ahead and take your brush and try to do that across where you have like pores, and you just do one motion stroke, and you will see your pores will just go, wow, they'll just like open right up, and you'll be like, oh my Lord. But that's how you diffuse them. This way, this way, this way, this way. And it helps to get the foundation going in different directions, and you won't have the large pore problem. But it does take a good brush. This is an absolutely wonderful brush. I love this brush. Now the brush doesn't come with the kudos this month, but you can do it as an add-on if you'd like to have a brush. Maybe you already have a liquid foundation brush. I'm not saying you got to use Youniques. I'm just saying you've got to have a brush to apply this with, okay? I just happen to love Youniques. Now, if you look at this, you can see I'm getting a lot more evenness throughout my face. I do not put foundation underneath my eyes ever. I think less is more. You don't want to put, if you're going to put foundation, then don't use concealer there. If you're going to use concealer, don't put foundation there. So that's a rule of thumb. Never when you're, I think when you start in your 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, you can't. You really can't layer stuff underneath your eyes. You will not like it. It will be a cakey mess. And that's something that we want to avoid. But this is the most touchable, buildable foundation you will ever use. And there are a lot of different colors to choose from. Now I'm using the color Eyelet. Eyelet is kind of the middle of the road. It's a very neutral color. In the summertime though, I usually am a little bit darker skinned, so I will take Taffeta, which is got more of a pink undertone to it, and I mix the two. So you can mix foundations to get your good summer color. But right now, this is my in between. I'm in between. You love this color. This is Eyelet. It's a very pretty neutral. It's got like a little yellow undertone. But when you look at my chest, you look at my face, it all looks very cohesive. So, hey Kelly. Oh, you love yours. It reminds me of when you visited Alabama. Oh my God, Alabama. Yeah, I'm from Alabama. I'm from the middle of Alabama, though. It's a place called Wetumpka. We had tornadoes here. We've had a lot of tornadoes here in the past month. It's been kind of scary being here. But I think the other tornado that hit Wetumpka was in January. But we have had some bad ones in the last month that took like the lives of like 24 people. It was really sad. And that they're still cleaning up, and they'll still be cleaning up after that. So the two products I've showed you already that are in this Flawless 4 bundle is the primer and then the foundation. So those are two of the products. Now we're going to move on into concealer. That's where we're headed. Concealer, I have two concealers. Now you get to choose whichever concealer you want. How does the name, what's the name? Oh, you love the name Wetumpka. It's named after an Indian. It was Chief Wetumpka. And so the Indians here, there were Creek Indians here. There was a lot of different Indian tribes here, but it's on a river, and it's really a beautiful place. But it's in the middle of Alabama, like right near Montgomery. So see the difference in these two? This one's lighter. So this would be like one shade lighter. I recommend that you either stick to like your foundation color, or you can go one shade lighter. Don't go too light. You don't want to look like raccoon. You don't. You just don't want that brightness. We're older. We don't need a whole lot. And then we don't need to look like that. You know, we don't need to draw attention to where I'm about to place this. But this one, on the other hand, is Taffeta. So Taffeta would be more, it's a little darker to me than Eyelet. And so if you go just a shade darker with your concealer, and you can cover up brown spots. See, I can cover up old spots right there, because I like my foundation to be kind of sheer. I don't want it to be like totally flawless. Now you can get it totally flawless if you want. You could go ahead and apply a little bit more of the foundation, and it will give you more of a flawless finish. But this right here, if you want to use the taffeta to conceal like I do, then I take just a tiny bit on my ring finger. You definitely need your ring finger in this situation, because it has the less pressure of all your fingers. Did you know that? And it really does make a difference, especially when you're working under your eyes. So I'm going to conceal Spot. That's what I've named it anyway. Spot gonna get covered up right there. But you see the darker color really works well. You're not going to see spot anymore. Spot's going to be gone now. And there are a few spots right here, but I'm not really concerned about those. I really don't like that one. And then on this side, there's some probably right in here that I will cover up. Let's cover them up because we said this was about being flawless. So, or I did. I said it was about being flawless. So we're going to pop some of this on here and just kind of pat it in. Now, however, if you like a beauty blender to apply your foundation, you definitely can apply your foundation with a moist beauty blender. I have one right here. I do use it on occasion to do my foundation, but technically a brush is better because it actually, you need to buff this type of foundation into your skin. Now, as far as this goes, this right here is fabulous. I love it. And we're going to mix together. We're going to make a little concoction here for your under eye. We're going to pick the primer and we're going to use the concealer. So this is how I do this. You're going to come up here and put some on your top of your hand. See that? And I do use a little bit more than, I'm not going to use all that underneath my eye. I love to add primer to it. That way it helps it set. It's easier for me to manipulate and it's easier for it to stay in place. That's the whole key. We want it to stay in place. So you're going to put a little bit of primer there, not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Mix these two together. Yes, you can be a scientist. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can be a scientist if you want to. So I have mixed together velour. Can you see? Can you see that? That's how much I have on my face. That's how much I'm going to use for my face. Not for all my under eye. Take your brush. This is a little flat pencil brush by Japanesque. And I love it because it's perfect for the under eye. And I kind of spread this out a little bit and thin it out on my brush. See, I've got some on my brush. And we're going to pop it right here. Now, you see where my discoloration is? It's right through here. Do you, do a fine found? I have to come back and look at that later, girlfriend. You got away from me before I saw it. Okay, so I'm only going to put the color right there. And I'm going to dot it across there. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Minimal is key. Minimal product. Dot. Put it right here. Yes, you can get a flawless face. Or try to. Let me hang on. Let me see about my light here. I might be getting a little too much light. I don't want to be too shiny. Yeah, that's better. And so take a little bit and dot right across, just like I did the other side. And I take it right out to right through here. Right through here. Right up the side. Right up the side. Very, very minimal. Now you see I didn't use a whole lot of product. Now whatever's left on your hand, take your brush. And I love to highlight with what's left, like this. Yes, you can do that. Yes, you can, as long as you're using the lighter color. And this is the color velour that I am using. Velour. And I am going to take some of this and bring it right down the middle of my nose. Right through there. There you go. Gosh, the lighting is better, isn't it? There we go. Let's do this. I'm not wasting any of this, y'all. I'm not. And if there's anything left on your hand, just smooth it in. It'll help cover up any brown spots you got on your hand. Age spots. Yeah, I got plenty of those. Now, for this, I would take a moist beauty blender and I would blend this in. I'm not going to blend underneath my eye, though, with a beauty blender. My eyes tend to do better using my fingers, so that's what we're going to use. We're going to use my fingers. But up here, I'm just going to blend this in. Blend it in, blend it in. And it does give you need a little light around your eyes because light brings things forward, remember, and dark brings things, recesses it back. So I haven't contoured my face or anything like that yet. We're strictly right now just concentrating on getting the base face ready. So we're going to take this, my fingers right here, and you can let this set for a few minutes. It doesn't matter. If you wanted to walk around and go get some more coffee, you could and come back. Because if it warms up to your skin, it's easier to move and apply. And the longer really that you let it set, the primer and the concealer together, it really bonds and it really does make it easier to spread out. Show and Be, the UK. Oh, guys, I really like read all these comments. I'm not good at reading comments. You know why? They don't stay there long and then they go away. So, but I will see them later, and I will, because they always, it's like Facebook, they'll be there. But take your fingers and you're going to press and spread, press and spread, press and spread, press and spread, press and spread. That's the key to this look. Take your fingers and spread out the product. Look at that. I absolutely love using this. Less is more. So remember, no foundation under your eyes. If you do put foundation under your eyes, then don't put concealer. It's too much. It's too much. I'm 56. It's too much. I'm just telling y'all, it's too much. Now, once you get this spread out, I would say you need to, if you've got a magnified mirror in front of you, or maybe you have a little handheld one like I do. I got both, but you could take it and you want to take the magnified side and you want to look really close at what you've done. And if you see any places where it has settled, because mine will settle like right, these lines run this way and this line runs right across here underneath. And that's where mine tends to kind of settle, this one right underneath. So I always look and make sure that I have moved that product where I want it to be, because we're about to set this. And I'm going to set this not with our setting powder, but you could if you want. I just love It's by Pores Translucent. I am going to set my face though with a setting powder. And the setting powder does come with the Flawless 4. And that's the last thing we're going to use. But you can choose between setting spray and or powder. I'm going to use the powder today. But we do have a setting spray. So if you have lots of wrinkles in your face and you're thinking, Lisa, I can't use powder, then you have a choice of getting the setting spray. And if you're going to use the setting spray to set your makeup, I would use the blending bud, like I said, and spray this onto the blending bud, probably on a side like this. Spray the side and, tap it in just a little bit. And you can set your under eyes with this. You can set your whole entire face with this. Okay, it's the same thing. The only difference is when you're using the powder gives you more of a velvety like finish, which is what I like on my face. Now, as I age, I will probably have to forego the powder and start using the setting spray instead of the powder. But right now, I love the powder. I love that powder on my face. So I'm going to use this little Morphe brush right here. This is a Morphe M536 brush. And I use it as my little powder puff brush. I love it because it's tapered and it's soft. And it's really easy to put the powder under here. Now, I've looked at mine. Mine set is ready. And so what I do is I take It's by Pores like this. And I've got a little bit in my lid. I will not use all of this. That's too much, really. But you take your brush, you tap it down in the powder, and then you tap it off. Tap it off. You have the best tips and tricks. Thank you, Cole. Is it cold up there where you are, girl? Is it snowing still? Are y'all getting any warmth at all? I know y'all have had like the storms of the century this past year. But what you do is pat this in. Pat it in. Very minimal. Remember now, minimal. Now I'm taking it up here because I spread that concealer up there. Now I'm going to take a little more. I'm going to tap it off. You always tap it. Always tap it off. So, no, not too bad. Not at all. Wow. I know Wisconsin has gotten hit so bad this year with so much snow. One of my customers, Rainey, she has simply been snowed under. For real, snowed under. So pat this in. Take it up here where you spread it up to your temple. And boom, see how much brighter and softer that looks? So, and then take your hand and go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and get a lot of the powder off. And then come back and just lightly sweep anything that might be left behind. We didn't use much product anyway, so it's not going to be a lot left behind. Very simple, simple, simple look. Very, very simple. Will your under eye stay clear? Yes, mine does. But if you do it this way, it will. That's why I like adding the primer to it. I think adding the primer that you get with the Flawless 4 and with the concealer that you can get with the Flawless 4, I use Velour, the lighter color. You mix these two together and it just gives it a lot of staying power. It really, the primer is the key part to making it stay, because this is kind of emollient to me. So I like to mix this with it. But I love the color of this. It's not too light. It really complements the eyelet that I use, the color that I use. But there are many different shades in this. So if you're a lighter, there's an organza color that's lighter, and then scarlet is like the lightest. So if you're really ginger haired or something, you would get in those ranges. But I'm going to put the quiz for the color match for this in the description box. The only thing is this quiz does not have all the new colors. So if you really needed help with color matching beyond that, I can help you with that. You just have to message me or comment on here, and then we'll get in contact, or follow me on Facebook. All my stuff on Facebook will be in Facebook in the description box, and you can kind of send me a message there, or send me a friend request, and then we can really talk through Messenger, because that's where it's really easy for me to help you find out what your perfect color is. Um, I have to have a picture of you with no makeup on. Sorry, I don't share those either. And standing in front of a window like I am. This is natural lighting. And you would take the picture and show a little bit of your chest, because I have to see your chest to match your face. See, my face and my chest are about the same color. So whatever you put here, like I test myself because I have a lot of the colors. So, but you know, eyelet sinks in, taffeta sinks in. So those two, I'm the middle of the road girl. That's what I am. I'm the middle of the road. I'm not light, real light, and I'm not real dark. So, but there are so many different color choices, from very light to very dark. So there are something there for you. There's something there for you, girls. All right. So far we have used this first, right? Did my skincare, and then I used this. Let it set for 5 minutes, and then the next thing that we used was the liquid foundation of my color. This is my color Eyelet. And I did use, you have to use a brush with this. Now the brush doesn't come with the Kudos, the Flawless 4. Now you, even though this is maybe you're watching this on a later deal and we don't have this special going on, you can still purchase these things individually. Sometimes we have collections too that will have these products in it, and you can get those at a discount when you bundle it together that way. But I love to use this brush, or you could use, like I said, the liquid foundation brush, and I don't know where I laid it, but the liquid foundation brush, make sure it's a synthetic brush and it will work for you. And then you're going to get to choose your concealer. Like I said, if you want to go light, then you choose a lighter color, one shade lighter, I would suggest, than what your foundation is. Or you can choose a shade darker to cover and conceal imperfections that you want to cover up. So, ta-da! Now we're going to do the setting powder. And guess what? I have two of these brushes. One I use for foundation, and then I have one that I use just for the powder, when I use the powder. So I'm going to use this one for my powder. Now when you open this, it has a little screen in there. You see that screen? It keeps the product from like coming out. You see what I'm saying? It's not coming out. Are you going to use the new stick foundation on the video when you get it? I have it. I have the new stick. I have the new stick, but it's not available now. Most of the colors are out, so I hate to show something that you can't get. You can get the Flawless 4 though with the liquid foundation, and let me just say, whatever liquid foundation that you get the same color in the stick. Okay, so when the stick comes back out and you see that it's available, you can go back and grab the stick. I have the stick. I have it right here. I have the color. This is Eyelet in the stick foundation. I have it. I love it. But I still get the same beautiful finish. It's just this is a little bit thicker. I did mix it the other day with a little BB cream to see how that would work, to have a little more moisture. And I put this on top of it, and it gave me kind of more of a dewy finish, which is really pretty. But if you're going to use it by itself, it is a full coverage foundation, where the liquid foundation can be full coverage, but it's buildable full coverage. Now this right here though is a setting powder that's going to set everything on our face. Yes, it is. And what I do is, because I've been using this so much, it's getting down to the bottom. I will turn it upside down a little bit and do like that, and then tap it off. You have to tap it off, less is more. You don't want a whole lot of powder on your face. Now, one thing I don't do is swirl this, because I don't want my product to move around. So I will definitely tap it where I want it. Tap it. Especially, I start in my T-zone area first. And then I come back and get a little more. Tap it. Come all up through here. And just do it around your whole entire face. And what I love about this powder is it gives you such a velvety kind of soft look. It really is gorgeous once you get it on. And then we're going to put on a little bronzer. And don't worry, you know, sometimes if you get a little bit too light of a foundation, don't worry about it. I would probably keep it because you can warm your face up with bronzer. So if you think your foundation is a little too light, maybe something you already have and you're using, and you're like, gosh, I picked the wrong thing. Um, as long as it's not extremely, extremely too light, you know, makes you look like a ghost, but it is like a shade lighter than you would like, that's okay. Look, I bring this down my neck too because I always put foundation down my neck. So bring it down your neck. And just kind of, you don't buff that in. I pat it in. I just dot it all over because I don't want to swirl it around. I don't want anything to move. I want it to set. I don't want it to move on me. So what I was saying about the bronzer though, you can take bronzer. This is the color Sunset. This is a bronzer. And you can take I'm going to use a blusher brush. And you can contour with this. This is a darker side. This is also a Younique product that comes in 3 different shades. This is the lightest. This is Sunset. So right now, Sunset is for me because I'm not been out in the sun or anything or have any darkness to my skin yet. But you know what? If all my brown spots would just get together and just create one huge brown spot on my whole body, I'd have a great tan year round. I've thought about that, people. I really have. So take it and make sure it's angled. And you want to just kind of contour? You can contour with this. It's really, really easy. Start here, go right up. Don't come out any further than this corner of your eye. Straight up. And then I just kind of buff it in once I get that line. See? See the difference? And you can also do your turkey neck. You can definitely do that. Turkey, 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 turkey. Yeah, I could gobble, gobble. Isn't it funny when you age? I want to go back and find some pictures of me when I was younger and do like a compilation of a video of how Melissa changed over the years, and y'all would be amazed. Because there was a time when I wore very minimal makeup. I was not into the makeup like I am now, uh, mainly because I had children and I just didn't have time to do it. I'm just using the darker side here of this. Um, yeah, girl, I have to be. My life's so crazy. If I don't laugh, you know, laughter is the best medicine. It really is. And having girlfriends is awesome. I love girlfriends. I don't know what I would do without girlfriends. I don't have any sisters. That's probably why. I don't have any sisters. But see how pretty that is? Look how pretty. Look how pretty that warmed my face up. Just a little bit of bronzer. And yes, I would bring it up here on your forehead. Now, there is a rule of contouring for your forehead. 4 fingers, you can contour from here to heaven, you know, all the way across, all the way, all the way. I'm a 3 fingers, so I can put some here and some here, not here in the center. I can kind of darken this area here and here and just kind of blend it in. But if you can only get 2 fingers on your forehead, don't contour it all up there. You might can come and just do a dash of swipe or something, but I wouldn't do a whole lot of contouring on your forehead if you can only get 2 fingers there. But let's put a little blush on now. Then we have some beautiful new blushes. And I have Sisterly and I have Supple. And I think Supple's gorgeous. But I've got on this little mauve color here today, so I might want to just, Supple is more of a peachy color, and peachy's in, y'all. Peach is in, so Supple is like gorgeous. But see, it's not really going to cohesiveness with this. So I really need something with a little bit more rose to it. I could use Sweet. We have all of our foundation, I mean, all of our blush has changed. They used to come in these big square things like this. Your beauty tips are so great. I wish you lived. Oh, I wish y'all did too, because then you could come over and we could do your face. Truly. Truly. Now here's another color. Here's Sisterly. Now Sisterly might be pretty. Sisterly's going to have a little bit more of that color here, but I love Sweet. See, Sweet, they're very, very close to each other. But now when you order our blushes, they come in these. They don't come in these. So this is an older color, but you can get this color. So let's just use Sweet. Let's use Sweet, and I'm going to apply it with a blending bud. Yes, you can. You can do that. Tap it in, get you some color, and just start. I start right here at the corner. I don't come any further than that over here because my apples on my cheeks, I don't have apples anymore. So I don't apply blush to my cheeks at all. Don't do it. If you're older, don't do it. And then you're just going to kind of pat it in. And I pat it in right along that cheekbone. And it just gives me some really pretty color. Now you can kind of come up here and put some color right in here and blend it in, which is really pretty because it makes you look like you've been kind of kissed by the sun anyway when you do that. And do the same thing on this side. Just pat it in. Now you can use a brush here if you don't want to use a blending bud. I just happen to prefer sometimes using a blending bud. I think it looks really pretty. It looks very natural. It looks like I'm blushing and I'm not really, not really blushing. And pat this in here. Now, we used to do that in the 80s. Remember how we used to put the color up here and here? Woo, we had it going on then. It was a lot of color, though. It was like streaks of color then. Makeup in the 80s was very bold. Very, very bold. So, bronzer is live. I recommend bronzer for anybody. I have bronzer on my eyes today. I used Beachfront bronzer. This is Malibu. So, this is a darker color than the other one. I use this color here. That's what you see on my eyes. All through here. And then I used a blush that I love. You can't get anymore, but it's called Serene. But there are a lot of eyeshadows that would be this color, and this has a luminous type quality to it. So that's what you see on my lid. I love this. I broke at the top. I use this one so much. It's my favorite. And you can see that it's my favorite because it's got the little hole down there where you see I've been using it a lot. Now for lips, normally I would already put Hottie on. I love Hottie. Hottie is a lip plumper, but I haven't put it on. And since it's today I'm just home, I'm not really going anywhere, I could just use a lip liner to put on today, if I can find Pouty. Don't know what Pouty is. This is Pouty, I think. This is Pouty. Pouty is a beautiful color lip liner. Yes, is it Pouty? Yes, that's Pouty. But I would recommend that you sharpen your, I need to sharpen it because I didn't plan on doing lips. But we're going to go ahead because I got to finish this face out and be done with me. Got to be done with me today. But this is a beautiful color. Look, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's very mauve. And these go on like butter. They do. But when I get done, I will go and put everything in the description box. So come back and check out the description box here shortly. And I will get it all set up. And you can click on the links, take the quizzes, that kind of thing. I think you'll love it. Taking the little quizzes and finding out what's the best skincare for you. And in skincare, when you do the quiz, it's going to give you all kinds of options, but it doesn't mean you have to choose all of those. You can just choose the ones you want. I love Pouty, don't you? I'm going to fill it in. This is going to be my easy peasy day. This is Sunday. The day I do YouTube and not Facebook. I love Facebook though. I tell you. But YouTube is where most of the people come from when they follow me. I find it interesting that YouTube is a very powerful, thing to use. I find myself when I want to know something really specific, I go to YouTube and I watch videos on it and I learn. So, like my mom has dementia, so I'm constantly trying to watch and learn how to deal with it. And it's very difficult at times. Okay, see that? That's perfect. Everybody could use Pouty. No matter what your skin tone, Pouty is your friend. Oh, yes. It's tough. I've been dealing with it this morning. That's why I was on here a little bit later. It's just a lot going on. And it's a lot to deal with. And but I am in a support group, and I am going to get in that support group today and type up because I need some answers for things. So, and it's tough. Well, thank you, girl. It's daunting. It's daunting when she doesn't have everything in place, as far as she still has properties in her names and things like that, and I really don't know what to do about all of that. And my brother's trying to do certain things that he wants to do with property, and I'm stuck in the middle, and I'm just trying to hang on and figure out what's the best thing to do. All right, so this is a lip bonbon. Love lip bonbons. These are tinted, and summer's coming. Now we have 5 different colors in these, but this is my favorite. This is chocolate truffle, and this is gonna be really good for spring because it's kind of peachy coral color. Oh, your dad had it, and it's very hard. I'm just trying to figure out. She has 2 properties still in her name. She's 83 years old, so if she had to go in assisted living, they would take all of that. You see what I'm saying? Um, so, but we really need to sell these last two properties. But my brother's wanting to buy, and then he's not wanting to sell one of them. So I'm in a quandary of, you know, I remember my dad saying these are for her. They take care of her. I want you to make sure you take care of her. So that's what I'm doing. Because my dad's been gone for like 12 years, so it's really hard, and I don't know the right direction to go. Because me, I'm not worried if there's anything left at all. I'll take care of myself, always have. So when siblings, I know, and it's hard when we're durable power of attorney together. So, but he's wanting certain things, and I'm just wanting to make sure that there's enough to carry for her. I'm not worried about whatever I'm going to get or anything like that. And I know that happens a lot in a lot of families, but I think he wants to preserve some of it, and I understand that. It was our grandfather's legacy. It was all of his stuff, and I get it. I get it. I just trying to understand, why to hold on to something that really needs to go to take care of her. But if somebody in the family wants to buy it, I mean, that's fine. I'm for that. I'm for that because I don't want it. I don't have time to take care of it. No, I hope so. It's not me making the decisions. It's me wanting to make the decisions. But there's other entities that I can't. You know, my mother grew up in the time of men kind of rule kind of thing, and so she relies on the men. I'm a girl. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? It's difficult for me. But yet she lives with me and I take care of her. So that's the kind of thing I'm up against. The last thing I'm going to do is I am going to put some color under my eyes. So I'm going to go back and grab Malibu, which is what I have on my eyes. If I can find Malibu, where to put it? I don't know where I put Malibu. Can't see the forest for the trees. That's the way it is in my world. Where did I lay that? Oh, I put the blush on top of it. That's why. Me and my haphazard self. All right, so I'm going to take a little bit of this color here, and we're going to run it right underneath my eye. And this will finish out my look for today. And then Alyssa will be done, and she can move on and go do her taxes, which I don't want to do. I hadn't done that. I'm a procrastinator this year. I don't feel like doing it. It's such a pretty day, you know what I'm saying? And I work all week. I just want to be outside. Yeah. yeah, they match my shirt. That's why I grabbed it. I love pouty. Pouty's simple, pouty's easy, and so is a lip bonbon. You can do the lip bonbon and be out the door, and I'm a smudger. I like to do that. So it's really important to me to have moisture on my lips. I can't stand them if they're dry. So the lip bonbon gives me the moisture, and it helps me be a smudger. There we go. See how that finished that out? It pretty. I'm using bronzer on my eyes. So see, this is the color I have on, and you can kind of come back and blend it in on this side and blend it up just a little bit if you want, because it is the same color. I love bronzer. Now this is what, when it gets summertime, this is it. This is what I wear. This is my base face and my finished face, especially in the summertime. It's very easy. It's very light. And everything is touchable. My skin is very touchable, and you'll be amazed how light this foundation is, and how the coverage you get, and the glow that you get. And it is a matte finish, which is good for our older skin. To have a matte finish. Sometimes being too shiny is not a good thing. If you want a little sheen, you can come back and add that. Do you use? Yes, I do. Yes, because it sets like it's a liquid foundation that sets like a powder. So you get the best of both worlds. But it's not like using a powder. Does that make sense? You buff it into your skin. It just kind of becomes one with your skin. It's your skin, but it's only better. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really a pretty finish. And so for me, it's a very flawless finish now because I used the concealer, I used the primer, I used the setting powder, so everything's set. So when you use these 4 products, that's why they call them the Flawless 4. But right now, this is all on sale. You can grab all of these products, like I said, all of these. You get your choice. I'll put the quiz down in the description box so you can see which color you might be. Color match yourself. And if you need help, that's upside down. If you need help, You can always connect with me on Facebook, okay? And we can talk in Messenger and get you your right color. So these are the four things that come together. They are $99 together in a bundle. But if you don't want the powder, if you don't want the powder, you can grab the setting spray because it does the same thing as the powder. It's just, I think the powder gives you more of a uh, velour kind of velvety finish on your face. It's beautiful. See, you got a little sheen to it. I love this makeup. I do. And if I didn't like it, I'm only going to show you things that I truly love. And of course, setting your under eyes, I do recommend the It's by My Pores. And this is what it looks like. It comes in a container like this. Go to Ulta. You can go to Ulta online. I'll put a link for it in the description box. But this is it. And you can see I've used this quite a bit. I have that much left in there. So it is a translucent powder, and so is the setting powder. It's kind of translucent too. So see, you got these two choices to use. You can use this under your under eye. I just been using this for so long that I just love it. I do. I love it. I love how it sets under my eyes, and it really sets that, and it doesn't move all day. So that's what you want. And less is more. Remember, less is more. So love you guys. Thanks for watching. I'll try to be back on here next Sunday. I'll think of something else we can talk about and do. And y'all have a great day. I'm going to be out of here and go enjoy